What would you do if a security camera showed a little girl standing in your hallway every night, even though she died 12 years ago?
Story time.
Ryan never believed in ghost stories. He laughed when people talked about haunted houses. He laughed when people said they saw shadows in empty rooms. He laughed at everything supernatural. But after what happened inside the apartment building where he worked, he never laughed again. Ryan was 26 years old and worked the night shift as a security guard. The job was boring. Every night he sat alone in a small security room watching dozens of camera screens. Most nights nothing happened. A lost cat, a drunk tenant, a broken light. That was it. Then one rainy Tuesday night, everything changed. The clock on the wall read 2:17 a.m. Ryan was drinking coffee when movement appeared on camera 12. A little girl stood alone at the end of the third-floor hallway. She wore a dirty white dress. Her bare feet were covered in mud. Long black hair hid most of her face. Ryan sat up. No children lived on that floor. He zoomed in. The girl slowly lifted her head. Ryan almost spilled his coffee. Her eyes were completely black, not dark brown, not shadowed black, as if someone had filled her eyes with darkness. Then the camera exploded into static. The screen turned white. The sound crackled. 3 seconds later, the image returned. The girl was gone. Ryan searched every hallway in the building. Nothing. No doors opened. No footsteps. No sign that anyone had been there. The next morning, he told the building manager. The old man's face turned pale. "What did she look like?" he asked. Ryan described her. The manager stopped breathing for a moment. Then he opened an old newspaper clipping from his desk drawer. Ryan felt his stomach drop. The girl in the photo was identical. Same dress, same face, same hair. The article was 12 years old. A little girl named Emma had disappeared from the building, was never found. Nobody knew what happened to her. Her parents moved away soon after. The case remained unsolved. Before Ryan left, the manager grabbed his arm. His voice trembled. "Whatever you do, don't follow her." Ryan laughed nervously, but that warning stayed in his mind all day. The following night, Ryan returned to work. At exactly 2:17 a.m., Emma appeared again, standing in the same hallway, waiting. This time, she slowly raised her arm, pointing toward apartment 308, an apartment that had been empty for years. Ryan watched carefully. The camera flickered. When the picture returned, Emma was closer, much closer. The next flicker brought her even nearer. Another flicker, closer. Another flicker. Now her face nearly filled the screen. Her black eyes stared directly into the camera. Then every monitor in the security room went dark. The lights overhead began to flicker. Ryan's heart pounded. Against his better judgment, he grabbed a flashlight and headed upstairs. The hallway felt colder than normal. His breath appeared in the air. Apartment 308 stood at the far end. Dust covered the door. Nobody had entered in years, yet something caught Ryan's attention. Small, muddy footprints, child-sized, leading underneath the door. Ryan unlocked it. The smell almost made him vomit. Rotting meat, wet earth, something dead. His flashlight moved across the room. Broken furniture, peeling wallpaper, dust everywhere. Then he noticed words scratched into the wall. "Help me." The letters looked old, very old. Underneath was another message. "She is not alone." Ryan suddenly heard a soft giggle behind him. He turned. Nobody. Then he heard another giggle, closer. The flashlight flickered. For 1 second he saw Emma standing in the corner. Then she vanished. His heart raced. Suddenly he noticed a loose floorboard. He pulled it open. Beneath it was a small hidden space. Inside sat an old backpack. A child's backpack. Emma's name was stitched on the front. Ryan opened it. Inside were drawings. Most showed a smiling family, but the later drawings became darker. A tall shadow, a dark basement, a girl crying. One drawing made Ryan freeze. It showed apartment 308, and beneath it was a message written in shaky crayon. "He lives under the building." At that exact moment, a loud bang echoed from beneath the floor. Ryan jumped. Another bang. Then another. Something was underneath him, trying to get out. The floor suddenly cracked. A foul smell burst upward. Ryan pointed his flashlight into the hole and screamed. A human face stared back. A living face. A man, thin, pale, barely alive. His eyes widened. "Help me," he whispered. Ryan pulled him out. The man looked about 50 years old. His skin hung from his bones. Tears filled his eyes. "I've been trapped down there." Ryan couldn't believe it. "How long?" The man whispered one word. 12 years. Ryan felt ice run through his veins. This man was Emma's father. He explained everything. The night Emma disappeared, he followed strange noises into the basement. Someone attacked him, locked him underground. Nobody ever found him. Nobody ever searched beneath the building. Ryan stared in horror. If Emma's father had survived, then where was Emma? Suddenly, every light in the apartment exploded. Darkness swallowed the room. A little voice echoed from the hallway. "Daddy." The man froze. His face drained of color. "No," he whispered. The voice came again. "Daddy." Footsteps slowly approached. Step, step, step. Ryan pointed his flashlight toward the doorway. Emma stood there, smiling. But something was horribly wrong. Her mouth stretched too wide. Much too wide. Her jaw cracked as it opened. Wider, wider, until it looked impossible. Then hundreds of insects began crawling from inside her mouth. Spiders, worms, centipedes. Thousands of them, covering the floor, covering the walls. The man screamed. Emma's smile grew larger. Then her body split open, and something else climbed out. Something that had been wearing Emma's skin for 12 years. Something that had been hiding beneath the building. Something that had never been human. The flashlight died. The screams lasted only a few seconds. When police arrived the next morning, they found Ryan unconscious in the hallway. Apartment 308 was empty. No father, no Emma, no insects, nothing. The police never believed his story. But before Ryan quit his job forever, he checked the security footage one last time. At exactly 2:17 a.m., camera 12 recorded a little girl standing in the hallway, smiling, watching, waiting, and beside her stood dozens of other children. Children who had never been reported missing. Children whose faces nobody recognized. As the camera filled with static, all of them slowly turned toward the screen and smiled. The footage ended there. according to the building manager, every night at exactly 2:17 a.m., the camera still turns on by itself, and every night more children appear.